My next guest, Rachel, says her 17-year-old son, Justin, suffers from stress and anxiety as a high school senior. Now, Justin says the stress of applying for college, playing center field on his high school baseball team, and worrying about his mom and grandma are taking a toll on him. Take a look.
We had 2 tests today.
How do you think you did on those?
All right.
All right's not good enough, Justin. My son, Justin, is a stressed out teen. He's suffering in silence.
Lately, I've been feeling a lot of stress. I do feel like the weight of the world is on me. Baseball's everything to me. I play varsity baseball in center field. I practice about 4 hours a day. After practice, I try to get a few hours of homework in. Between schoolwork, applying for colleges, and baseball, I don't really have a lot of time to do anything else. I feel like keeping up my grades and also playing well on the field has been stressful in my life.
Justin's been playing baseball since 9 years old.
My goal is to play college baseball, but not hearing from colleges makes me feel like I'm running out of time.
I've always been at every game, except for the last 2 years. Mama, how you doing?
My mom splits her time between Tallahassee and Orlando.
I'm the primary caregiver for my mother. I commute 3.5 hours each way.
Seeing my mother make that long commute is stressing me out too. It worries me sometimes.
It frustrates me that I'm not able to be there for Justin, and I feel guilty.
Well, I love this topic because Robin and I raised 2 boys, and it can build up on them. Now, Rachel and Justin are joining me along with our very good friend, Dr. Freda Lewis-Hall, Chief Medical Officer of Pfizer. So welcome. I'm glad you guys are here. Rachel, did you know that Justin was stressing?
Dr. Phil, I never knew that our situation was adding the stress level that it has to Justin. I never knew that.
So how is this affecting you? I mean, you're kind of suffering in silence, they were describing. How did this affect you?
It's just hard, focusing on baseball in school and trying to excel in both of those and meet our standards.
Well, you're good at baseball. I know enough to know you got a good swing and you're pretty fast around the baselines. Doc, how can parents really recognize stress and know if it's taking a toll on their children?
First of all, let me say that stress is a normal part of living, and it affects children of every age. And stress can be a positive. It helps us learn resilience, problem solving, and it helps us learn how to adapt to the challenges of every day. Okay, having said that, intense stress or stress that's unresolved over a period of time can take a toll and be very damaging. It can affect the way young people learn, their behavior, and ultimately it can affect their health. Over the long term, it can actually increase the chances of developing heart disease, diabetes, substance abuse, depression. Now, parents often don't recognize the stress that children have. Why? Because the things that stress young people often we don't see as stressful. Trying to get good grades in school, juggling a lot of activities like you and baseball, bullying, peer pressure, even the physical changes that young people go through as they age, we just don't necessarily as adults consider stressful.
Mm-hmm. So how do they cope with this?
Yeah, parents often don't see that their stress trickles over to their young people. So in addition to those day-to-day things that we were talking about, young people often feel the stress of the adult issues, family finances, illness, death, divorce, even moves. These are all things that can push young people or stretch them beyond their stress limits.
So what can she do to help?
For young people to be encouraged to speak what they're going through and for parents to be able to listen. And remember that young people don't always use the same language that we do to describe their stress. They, instead of saying, I'm stressed, may say, I'm worried, I'm nervous, I'm confused, I'm annoyed, I'm angry. So these are words that you want to keep your ear open for that may indicate that there's stress going on. You also want to pay attention for nonverbal warning signs that your child is stressed. What do those look like? Sometimes it's poor concentration, it can be having trouble doing schoolwork, being withdrawn or isolated, so these behavioral changes. And some young people express it physically, stomach aches, headaches, sleeplessness, changes in appetite.
Yeah. So I don't know how you feel about this, Justin, but I think we've gotten to the point in our lives now where it's so fast-paced and we have our kids so booked and overscheduled, and you just won't play baseball, right?
Yeah.
Kids do need some downtime.
You're right, absolutely right, Dr. Phil. So as parents develop these schedules, all of these things are important to take into consideration. You know, what does the schedule actually look like? And involve the young people as much as is appropriate. And every once in a while, you might want to take a look and say, let's weigh the pros and cons of paring back a little bit. And you may want to consider talking to a counselor or your doctor about ways in which you can help your child manage his stress, but also you can manage yours.
Well, baseball is one activity Justin isn't giving up since he'd like to go pro someday. So we had a big surprise from the big leagues. Major league pitcher for the Texas Rangers and most recently the Los Angeles Angels, C.J. Wilson, gave him a visit. Take a look.
I'm C.J. Wilson. I'm here to meet Justin. He's a high school baseball player, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be a big surprise. Justin?
Yeah.
Hi, C.J. Wilson.
Oh, nice to meet you.
How's it going, buddy? So let's do some baseball. They sent me some video on you, and I think the skills that you have right now as a 17-year-old kid are pretty advanced. And if you keep it up, I mean, I'll see you in the big leagues.
Do you think you'd be hitting pitches from a pro pitcher that day?
No, I didn't.
And I hope that some of the information that we shared with you and your mom today was helpful in striking out stress in your life. But if you want more information, you can always go to gethealthystayhealthy.com. While you're there, you can sign up for the monthly newsletter where there's lots of really helpful information on important health topics.
I want to thank all of my guests today, especially Dr. Freda Lewis-Hall, and we'll see you next time.